شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوي پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا
Good evening. Today is Monday, September 8, 2025. I'm Suleiman Talash and you're watching English News Bulletin from RTA News. Let's dive into today's news updates from the country and beyond. We begin with Public Health Minister Maulavi Nur Jalal Jalali met with Dr. Hamid Reza Jafari, head of WHO's Eastern Mediterranean polio program, and his delegation. The meeting focused on eradicating polio, training health workers in polio detection, and other related issues. The health minister reaffirmed that eliminating polio in Afghanistan remains his top priority. Meanwhile, WHO officials assured full support for the effective implementation of the polio program and pledged continued cooperation in various areas. Overseas, the Telegraph newspaper reports that Pakistan has become the world's main source of opium. The report warns that terrorism groups could earn tens of millions of dollars through this trade, posing a threat to regional security. Al Jazeera, citing health sources in Gaza, reports that at least 65 Palestinians were martyred yesterday in Israeli attacks on the Gaza Strip. According to the report, Israel has intensified its operations to occupy Gaza City and is attempting to forcibly displace nearly 1 million residents to the southern parts of the Strip. The Afghanistan Electricity Company says it has signed $30 billion worth of electricity and equipment contracts with national and international investors at the conclusion of the two-day energy investment conference. More details in this report.
The Afghanistan Electricity Company announced that contracts worth 30 billion Afghans were signed with national and international investors during the recent energy investment conference, aiming at generating 612 megawatts of electricity from multiple sources.
At this conference, the Afghanistan Electricity Company signed 11 contracts with domestic and foreign investors. The total value of these contracts is 30 billion Afghans, with a combined capacity of 612 megawatts of electricity, and work on these projects has officially started. The electricity will be generated from solar, gas and coal-based energy sources.
Dr. Abdul Bari Umar also added that 6 major agreements were also signed with domestic and foreign investors to generate 8,800 megawatts of electricity and develop power infrastructure.
We have also signed 6 major memorandums of understanding with a total capacity of 8,800 megawatts, which will be completed in the coming years. These will generate 8,800 megawatts of electricity, and alongside this, the necessary infrastructure, including substations and transmission lines, will be developed. This memorandum of understanding and their associated projects are valued at approximately $10 billion.
The national conference organized by the Afghanistan Electricity Company to attract investment in the energy sector and brought together senior officials of the Islamic Emirate, energy ministers from Uzbekistan, Turkmenistan and Tajikistan, dozens of Afghan investors, delegations from 22 countries, and the UNDP Deputy Director.
Mullah Nuruddin Torabi, head of the National Disaster Management Authority, and Japan's ambassador in Kabul, Takayoshi Kuromaya, have stressed expanding bilateral cooperation in a recent meeting. The Japanese ambassador reaffirmed his country's continued assistance to Afghanistan and pledged further support for earthquake-affected families in Kunar province. Meanwhile, Mr. Torabi emphasized the need to keep humanitarian aid free from politics, calling Japan's support valuable and urging for broader cooperation. TASS news agency, citing Russia's Emergency Situations Ministry, reports that the country has sent its second humanitarian aid shipment to earthquake-affected areas in Afghanistan. The shipment, sent on the orders of President Vladimir Putin, includes 20 tons of tents and blankets. The CEO of the Afghanistan Electricity Company, Dr. Abdelbari Omar, says a contract has been signed with a Turkish company for the installation of a new turbine at the Mahipar Dam, under which the company will install a 24-megawatt turbine.
د ماهیپر بند یو توربین چې د تیرو اتو کلونو را په دې خوا خراب او تخریب و او زمونږ اوبو ضایع تللې.
The Mahipar Dam's wind turbine, which had been damaged and out of service for the past 8 years, causing water loss. Now a contract has been signed with a Turkish company called Morbius. The previous capacity of this turbine was 22 megawatts, and the company has committed to installing a new turbine with a capacity of 24 megawatts using the same design. They have also promised to complete the work in a very short time. In addition, they made several other commitments. Yesterday, a memorandum of understanding was signed with them for the joint establishment of a turbine manufacturing company in partnership with the Afghanistan National Television, as well as for establishing companies to produce transformers. Today's contract has a total value of $12.7 million, and efforts will be made to complete the production, transportation, and installation within 15 months and deliver it for full operation.
او نسب مکمل ټول تر سره سي او ګټه اخیستنې ته وسپارل سي.
An agreement worth over $1 million has been signed between the National Disaster Management Authority and a charitable organization. Under the agreement, activities will include collecting and analyzing climate data, establishing disaster risk management committees in 20 villages, and implementing capacity building programs for 500 people in Herat, Kandahar, Paktika, Helmand, Ghazni, and Zabul provinces. The Ministry of Public Works says nearly 100,000 tons of goods were transported via the country's railways last week, including 533 tons of exports such as dried fruits and soft drinks. More details in this report.
The Ministry of Public Works says railway transportation reached 99,927 tons in the second week of September, marking an increase compared to the first week of the month.
از تاریخ 7 الی 13 سنبله سال 1404 هجری شمسی از طریق خطوط
From the 7th to the 13th of Sambala, a total of 99,927 metric tons of goods were transported via Afghanistan railway lines. These included petroleum, non-petroleum goods, and other materials that were imported to and exported from the country. Of the total volume, 533 tons were exported last week, mostly consisting of dried fruits and beverages.
According to the spokesperson for the Ministry of Public Works, the transfer over the past week were carried out through the Hayratan, Aqina, Turgundi, and Khawaf Herat ports. Meanwhile, a number of businessmen say railway trade plays an effective role in boosting the country's economy and helps reduce the cost of transporting goods.
In addition to this railway line, other railways should also be established so that Afghanistan can expand its trade, exports and transportation relations with other countries. You can see how, in a short time, many traders have managed to utilize the railway, which is a significant achievement.
Countries that are connected to the world via water are highly industrialized and developed in the second category. Countries that trade through railways also benefit significantly, as the shipping costs are lower by sea, followed by rail.
In the first week of this month, railway transportation totaled more than 91,671 tons, showing an increase compared to the previous week.
More than 17,000 Afghan migrant families have returned from neighboring countries over the past week. The Ministry of Refugees and Repatriation says returnees have received cash and food assistance as well as free transportation to their home provinces. On the other hand, the Nangarhar Provincial Disaster Management and Labour and Social Affairs Directorates, in collaboration with several charitable organizations, distributed food and non-food assistance to families of 612 mothers and injured in various villages of Dewagal, Dara and Saukai districts of Kunar province. Each family received a package of food items along with essential non-food supplies. 15 officials and staff from the Training and Education Directorate of the Counter-Narcotics Department at the Ministry of Interior graduated from courses in Administration, Management, Technology and Computer Science. Officials at the ceremony stressed that alongside religious education, Mujahideen and staff should also pursue modern studies to succeed in their daily duties. The final one reached that the Nangarhar Provincial Disaster Management Department has distributed food and non-food aid packages to 150 families affected by the recent earthquake in the Rainur district. Officials say each family received blankets, tents, mattresses, cooking oil and other essential items. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Have a good night.
ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور دا د باتورانو کور ساتوی پسرو وینو دا د شهیدانو کور دا